everybody. Here we are, another episode of Seize Your Business. I'm Jim Wozniak from Success Enhancement. Our co-host, Kevin O'Flaherty, is unavailable today, so we're doing this solo. And our guest today is Bob Lockwood from Full Armor Studios. And our topic today, Bob's company is a videographer, among other things. And our topic today is how to use video to get your message across. So before we dive right into that, Bob, why don't you tell us, how did you get started in this business? And
Absolutely. Well, thank you first off for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. I started about 10 years ago, so almost a decade before I had gray in my beard.
All right.
As a graphic designer, and did that whole thing. And I really actually didn't like photography or video production. It wasn't of interest to me. But I had the opportunity after 2 years, saved up for an iPad, or at the time it was an iPod, but then the iPad came out. So it's going to be an iPad or a camera. And I said, well, let me try this camera thing out. And I'm like, it shouldn't be too hard. I take a few pictures. I can, get textures and things like that. And, I mean, really, it's just pushing a button. How hard can it be?
Right.
Well, it was a lot harder than I expected.
Sure. Things often are.
Yeah, so I gave myself 14 days. And the reason I did 14 days is because that's when I could return it without being penalized to Best Buy. Back in the day, they were doing their thing there. So
Sure.
Fell in love with it, loved it, and from that point on, started doing photography, and then we expanded into video production, and started teaching others, and the rest is kind of history.
Okay.
We no longer really, we still do occasionally graphic design, but it's really for our legacy clients.
Beautiful. Well, some people are not sure about using video. I've heard the expression, a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1,000,000 words. So, Bob, what do you think are some of the reasons why somebody should consider using video to tell their story?
Well, you hit it right there on the head. It's all about the story. And at the end of the day, that's what I am, as a storyteller, first and foremost. So whether I take one image, whether I do a 2-minute video, 60-minute episode, or whatever, it's all about that story. And that's the only thing you can market and sell. You can have all the great products in the world, but if you don't have a great story, people aren't going to buy. They don't buy on analytics and facts and figures. They buy on the story and what's compelling. And that's kind of the bottom line. There's a lot of new vehicles for the story. I showed you a little bit ago the video brochure thing.
Yeah, right. That was pretty cool.
So we have those, and we have, of course, obviously iPads, and so much content has been consumed now on social media, all on video. So it's just.
So, is there any particular story you'd like to share about a client that you worked with, who maybe started using video and what they saw as a difference in their return or their results?
Well, we did a couple videos. Actually, one client was a water park, and they were able to do some behind the scenes and kind of showcase and talk about their story. Again, it's all about the story, right? And they got some really interesting feedback because people didn't know, hey, there's 2 different pumps that did like the wave pool, or you check your water every hour on the hour, where the state says you only have to check it, once a day.
Yeah.
You're right as rain.
Okay.
So it was really eye-opening for a lot of people. And we used their own talent, so we kept it really affordable for them. And things like that. So, because, video can be expensive. It's not cheap.
Sure.
You have people that have to edit and film and all that stuff.
So what are some of the things a company might consider? Maybe they're more mid-sized. A lot of our audience tends to be, entrepreneurial, more early-stage companies. So they want to do a video, and they don't have a huge budget. What are some of the things they should be considering, thinking about, etc.?
Well, for example, our company has put together some programs that we've rolled out, so you can kind of have, if you have a small budget or a mid-sized budget, you can keep it kind of affordable but consistent. You know, you're not hunting werewolves. There's no silver bullet. You're not going to be able to put out one video and be like, okay, there it is, it's done. You want to keep the conversation going, and you know, keep more content out there. The more you're seeing, the more people are like, oh wow, I see your videos, I see this, and I see that. And you want to offer great value. Not always being selling, but saying, okay, here's your 5 tips. So, for example, you know, a financial advisor say, hey, here's your 10 tips on saving for retirement. And you can say, well, you can't put that up because, you know, you got regulations or whatever. That's not a problem because there's a lot of stuff that's already been approved by your office. You're just regurgitating the same information. If you're a realtor, you talk about, you know, 5 different ways to sell a house, different ways to decorate, different ways to keep your house clean and clutter-free. Talk about tips and tricks. People love that kind of stuff. Or maybe behind the scenes. So, you know.
Interesting.
So it just depends on what the story is. You know, and it doesn't have to be 2 minutes, I'll tell you straight up. Because everybody says, oh, well, you know, people's attention span is only as big as a goldfish. That's true to a point, but I spent 45 minutes watching zombies rip off the arms off the good guys, right? I spent 2.5 hours watching guys battle each other with lightsabers, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, why do you expect to tell me your story in 2 minutes? If it's not a good story, because I'll always give you 2 minutes, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, it's not that good, I'll just give you the 2 minutes. Hopefully
Sure. So, you know, you mentioned something that I wanted to comment on, kind of a little bit off topic, but you used the expression silver bullets. You know, since you're doing video, I'll share you one of my frustrations. You know, years ago when I was a kid, it was really clear that you use silver bullets to kill werewolves.
Absolutely.
And you use crosses and daggers to kill vampires. But it seems like now they got this all mixed up, and they're killing vampires with silver bullets, and it's very frustrating. There's just no consistency in Hollywood anymore.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so Bob, in your own case, is there a favorite type of company that you like to video or you think lends itself more to video than another?
You know, I really, I like the entertainment space a lot. So, like, we worked with water parks, family fun centers, things like that. I think part of it is because I've got a couple of kids myself, 2 boys, so they're in those venues, so I kind of can tell that story and I know it.
Yeah.
But I also like some of the corporate stuff. I actually like a lot of the corporate stuff. It's kind of fun to listen to because I've filmed a few different attorneys and they're telling their stories and what they do and how they do it.
Sure.
And again, it's all content. It's not like, hey, let me sell you something. It's here's some free information. And let me give you the right information. Let me be the expert in this field because they are. And that's all we're doing is being expert status.
What was the video you did that was the most fun?
Oh, I would have to say probably Luigi's. It's called Luigi's Family Fun Center.
Okay.
Little plug there for them. They have the best pizza, you know, for an entertainment venue. They've been around 60 plus years. But we did a laser tag video. It was all like dramatic. It was just like this real, like, just dramatic sounding music. Like these kids were going to like mount up for war, and then you hear the music and then you see it's like little kids. Like, wait, what's wrong? You know.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun to film and photograph. And, I filmed. We did a web series. A lot of stuff from TV shows, web series. Probably my favorite web series was the one with my son, and we only did 3 episodes, but it was called Cooking with Luke.
Okay.
And enjoyed that, and he showed other kids how to cook different things that they could cook.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of fun.
Okay. You know, it seemed to me a video where a person is actually doing something, like learning how to install car parts in your car, would seem to be a good candidate. Do you think that's true? Or?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, like Missouri and show me, right? And show me how to do it. And if I deem it too complicated, I'm going to call you.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we do. I mean, I show people how to do real estate photography. using your mobile device. Because let's be honest, these things have replaced the point and shoot of our day. And I show them a lot of real estate agents, and I'm like, you know what, that seems like a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
What do you rates again?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And we say, oh, here's our price guide. Here's what we can do.
So let's say that I've gone ahead, I've hired you to create a video about my business. Now I've got this video. Do I email it out? Do I put it on my website? Do I put it on social media? How do I now use this video?
So what I would do is a couple of things. Is we would take that video, and if it's a promotional video about your location, I'd put it on YouTube, and then email it out from YouTube, and then I would also load it to Facebook. A lot of people don't realize, first off, loading it to YouTube and adding all the search optimization stuff. YouTube's the second largest search engine next to Google. It's immediately owned by Google, so that works out well. So you want to have it there, but then you will want to actually have it being able to be played in Facebook, because Facebook has 1 billion people on there.
Right.
So you want to be able to showcase that video there and make it super easy for the people. Because, again, people are lazy. They don't want to click to another link or whatever.
Right.
So, but I would send all the emails out from YouTube and say, hey, I need videos here. Take a look and build a following fan base.
Now, your YouTube video, essentially, at least the way I understand it, and I could be wrong. I've been wrong a lot in my life. But it essentially resides on its own web page because you have a URL. Do you have to optimize that just like you would a regular website, or is that not as important?
You have to do some optimization. You know, you want to put in good tags, what it's about, and you don't want to like put in Star Wars if it has nothing to do with Star Wars or stuff like that.
Yeah.
You want to put in good stuff, because if you're putting in incorrect stuff or things that are wrong, then Google will figure that out, and then they'll just bury you, and you'll never be found again, basically.
Okay.
But if you're just playing by the rules and trying to do the best that you can do, you'll be right.
Sure. Okay. Well, we're kind of getting to the end of our time here, Bob. Is there any last thoughts you'd like to share with our audience? Anything to do with video?
Just keep it consistent and tell a good story. Actually, probably tell a good story first and then keep it consistent.
Okay.
And you can take a look at our stuff at fullarmorstudios.com.
Okay, super. I was going to ask you, how do people contact you? So it's fullarmorstudios.com.
Armor spelled with a U.
Armor with the U. And a telephone number?
630-327-6573.
Okay.
And that's my direct line.
Super.
You can reach me, and I'd love to collaborate and say, okay, what's your story?
Yeah.
You know.
Beautiful.
All right.
Well, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And, thank you, audience. And if you'd like to reach me, talk about your business, my number is 630-272-3895. All right. Well, thank you, Bob.
You're welcome. Thank you.